fitness center. Martha Kearns, facility manager. And in the fitness center, we have all kind of our cardio equipment. We can start from bicycles, treadmills, tread climbers, and ellipticals. We have steppers. And if you have any questions about how to use the equipment, please just let the staff know. We're here to help you out. Thank you.
I'm Sam, and this is Natalie. We both work for MWR and our personal trainers down here. Today, we're going to take you through a variety of bodyweight exercises and give you demonstrations of them, as well as take you around some of the machines and give you a quick demonstration of how those work as well, so you just have a better idea of what to do when you're down here and how it's done properly. Each overview will be short and brief, so if you have further questions on exercises or are struggling with anything, see us personally, and we give a more in-depth explanation on them. So we'll start with the squat demonstration from Natalie. To set up for a proper squat, feet should be about shoulder width apart, a little bit wider. Everybody's a bit different. The idea is just like you're sitting down into a chair behind you, and Natalie will give a good demonstration. Hold at the bottom. You see how she keeps a nice flat back, knees are bent 90 degrees, hips are bent 90 degrees, and you see how her heels never come off the ground. It's very important to always maintain your full foot on the ground at all times. Then she'll stand up from the squat, using the glutes to drive her into a nice standing position. All right, next exercise we'll demonstrate is the lunge. There's many variations on how to do a lunge. We'll show you the most common one. If you want to learn more, just see us again for any questions. So the forward lunge, what Natalie's going to demonstrate, she's going to take about a gait and a half step forward, and she's going to drop down into a single leg stance. And look at the back leg back farther. Good. So see how it's important to have everything line up about a 90-degree angle. So you say 90 degrees knee flexion, 90 degrees of hip flexion. The back leg is straight down. Again, the heel is on the ground the whole time, not coming up. And it's important to keep the knee lined up over the toe and not let it cave in. Then all you do is from the heel, power, stand straight up like that until leg is fully extended, and that is a lunge. I'll show us 3 or 4. Good. Now the key to a deadlift is mostly a hip move, and so I'm just going to walk you through this and just follow each move I say and stop until I give you the next one. So the first move to a deadlift is just to push the hips back like there's an imaginary wall about 1 foot behind you, and keep the bar nice and tight against your legs until it reaches right above the knees. After it passes the knees, you just half squat, half deadlift it down until it touches. And then you keep the bar as close to you the whole time and pull up using the glutes. Now go once down and stay at the bottom position. This is the key difference between a deadlift and a squat. You want the back to be nice and straight like Natalie, and you see how her hips don't get to 90 degrees. It's mostly a hip flexion compared to the knee. So the squat, the hips will be much lower compared to the knees, and that's the key difference between the two moves. And then you just extend up using the glutes and thrust the hips into the bar, and that's a good deadlift. It's hard to cut down a deadlift into give 2 or 3 good reps. All right, for the next exercise, I'll demonstrate a push-up. To start a push-up, you want to get into a full plank position. If I had a broom on my back, it should be nice and level, down from my head to my sacrum. The arms should be straight down from the shoulder to the ground. It shouldn't be out in front of you. It shouldn't be way under you. Straight down. From here, you just lower your body under control until your elbows are about even with your body or slightly behind, and then extend and push up. So control the push-up, just control yourself as you come down till the elbows are about even with the body or slightly behind, and then extend up through the arms. A key mistake a lot of people make with the push-up is they'll be in a T position when they do it. We want to think of ourselves as an arrow, not a T. This next exercise is a bodyweight row. It's just basically called an inverted push-up. Just sit and get a nice plank position, just like a push-up. Just drive the elbow straight back to about even with the body and pull your body weight up. Let yourself back down slowly. And control up. Again, you should be a nice straight line the whole time, and elbows should not be winding too far behind the body like this. This is a good end range of motion.
Okay, this is a new machine. This is our leg press machine. What you're gonna do is you're gonna adjust the seat right here, the lever. It goes back, move it forward, pull into the lever, and push the seat forward. When you are figuring out the weight that you need, you know the weight that you need, you're gonna bring your legs up. Be sure that the heel of your foot is right in the rest of the equipment. Legs are exactly under your hips. Your hips, your knees, and your toes need to be aligned. If you need to adjust the seat, just lift the lever and push forward. You're gonna push with your legs right out. Don't lock your knees. Your knees shouldn't be locked at any time. Bring the weight back. In this case, your angles need to be right 90 degree angle from your heels, your toes, your ankle to your knee to your hips, about a 90 degree angle. That's how you know if you're doing it correctly. Push with your heels forward and bring it back. The machine is our prone leg curl machine. You adjust the weight, lean on the machine, bring exactly the heels under. It's gonna target the back of your legs. Bring it down nice and slow. Don't let the weight hit. Bring it up again. Hold it for a second and bring it back on, down. This is our leg extension. It will work the front of your legs. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sit nice and tall. You see your knees have to be aligned right there to that dot. To adjust the seat, and the right side there is a handle. Squeeze the handle and pull the back of the seat down. You're going to squeeze your legs up, toes looking up to the ceiling. You're going to feel it right in the front of your legs. Bring it down nice and slow. Be sure that the weights are not hitting. Bring it up one more time, hold it for a couple seconds, and bring it back down. You're going to push with your right foot down. Be sure that the heel of your tennis shoe is right on the curve on the lower part. You're gonna sit, push down, target your calf, and bring it up. Don't let the weights hit, push it one more time. Abduction and abduction machine. So this movement is going to target the outside of your legs. You're going to sit nice and tall. The level is in the right side. You're going to open up, hold it, and bring it down in. As you can see, the tennis shoes, the heels go exactly in between the rest on the feet. Push it up, hold it, bring it down. Works the outside of the leg. To work the inside of the leg. The inside of your leg, it's a smaller muscle. So you're gonna need to reduce the weight. You're gonna pull the lever, open it up, and you're gonna squeeze it in. Bring it back. Squeeze it in, and bring it back. Again, being sure that the weights are not hitting. All movement is nice and in control.
All right, guys, this is TJ, works down in the fitness center as well with us. He specializes in bodybuilding and isolation exercises, and so he's gonna take us through today his favorite isolation exercise for each muscle group. If you wanna learn more variations for the muscle groups, different exercises, hit him up at any time. These are TJ's greatest, and I'll coach you through it, what he does. So we're gonna start with the bench press. So he sets up for the bench press, he's gonna dig in, feet on the ground, help push through the quads. So you get about a grip about a little wider and shoulder width apart, set himself, get a nice braced core, He's going to lower it to the ground, chest slowly, and press up. And give it just a few good reps, and I'll keep talking. Notice how he stays nice and solid through the whole lift. Unlike the push-up, your arms will be naturally a bit wider at the bench press. And boom, and racked. And this is great for developing the chest and shoulders and triceps. The next exercise is going to be similar to a pull-up, but it develops the lats a bit better than your average pull-up. First, you're going to set it so your knees are nice and tight under the stoppers, and TJ is going to reach up. Depending on the width, the wider width will target the lats a little bit greater. Sit down into it, and he will do a pull down to about chest level. Notice how he keeps his head from popping forward, fairly straight back, and controls the movement. He doesn't let it jerk up. And just another gentle pull down, and good. To the seated row. If you're looking to develop the upper portion of your back, your rhomboids and everything, the seated row is one of the best variations. Again, TJ will set his feet on the forward stoppers, help control his body, a nice straight back, and he'll sit and drive his elbows backwards until he touches his stomach. Notice again how he keeps his head from popping forward, nice straight back, and the elbows do not wind too far behind the body, which decreases shoulder strain. Shoulder blades should come together nice at the back and pinch. And good. For those who are a little bit uncomfortable with bench pressing and still want to develop a strong chest, the seated chest press is a great way to go. Doesn't matter what handle you use. The idea is when you're pressed out, your arms should be in a fairly straight line. And here's TJ sits down, braces his core and pushes. Notice the nice straight line, and he controls himself back. Again, unlike the push-up, your elbows go a little bit higher and more of a T in this time. Try to keep as much of an arrow as you can rather than the high T. And good. And the lower handles, you notice TJ gets into a little bit more of a natural arrow position when he does a press and push. Which is why I prefer neutral a little bit, because it's a bit easier on the shoulders, but for those looking to enhance the chest a little bit faster, the wider grips is helpful. All right, the next exercise TJ's be demonstrating is a high cable fly. You can do this low, medium, or high. TJ prefers it high though for building the chest. Gets his arms nice and wide, steps forward in a split stance to help control his body. And from here, it's just like him hugging a tree. He'll reach out and around and let it come back. Notice when he lets it come back, the elbows again don't wind too far behind the body. Letting it fly way behind the body puts a lot of stress in the shoulder. And he focuses on a nice pinch with the chest in the front. And one more good rep. Boom, good. This next exercise is a tricep rope extension. What a great way to develop the back side of your arm. He'll grab the ropes, set himself in a nice good core position, lock everything down, and then extend the elbows, driving them straight down. It's almost like he pulls the rope apart at the bottom of the rep, which will help a little bit more tricep activity from the muscle. And one more good rep. Good. TJ's favorite way to develop the biceps, which is the front part of your arm, is the preacher curl. He sets the chair up so most of his upper arm can reach and lay flat against the preacher. From here, he simply does an elbow flexion and curls the weight toward his head. Again, notice how everything TJ does, he controls the movement up and down. It's very important not to let it flop down. And good.